Welcome to the Soul Revival Podcast, where we have deep and meaningful conversations exploring modalities, tools, and healing, guiding you back to your most expansive soul self.
Welcome back to another episode of the Soul Revival Podcast. Lindsay and I are here today talking all about soul essence. And for those who don't know, soul essence is your energetic blueprint. It's who you are. It's your energetic signature as well. It's not your name. It's not your identity. It's not your expectations. It's so much more than that. And Lindsay has so many cool different topics to bring this up. So we're going to let her get started with this episode. But thank you for tuning in to today's episode. And I hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
Oh, I'm so excited about this conversation. And it's so interesting. As you were talking, I got the divine download that it's your soul's DNA. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that. So true. So true.
It is. And this has been coming up in a variety of ways for me quite a bit lately. And I know it's something that you and I have been talking about offline and the concept of it. And I do kind of want to set the foundation of the conversation before we dive into the whole soul essence. So we've talked about on other episodes the whole idea of, not even the idea, the fact of like reincarnation, our soul contracts, and we've explored that deeper this season as well. But this is really about, our higher selves, everybody who's done the spiritual work knows, our higher selves are ever present on the other side while we're here in this physical incarnation. And if you have a loved one on the other side of any species, you know that they can be omnipresent with you. And I think that that's really foundational when we start to wrap our limited human brains around the concept of soul essence. It's really foundational to have those things in mind, that your higher self always exists on the other side, even when you're in a physical incarnation here. Your spirit, your soul can come back at any time through a reincarnation if that's what's meant to be. And the fact that we're always surrounded by our loved ones. I mean, that's actually one of the beautiful things about having a loved one cross out of their physical body. As hard as it is for us here in the physical realm to not grieve their lack of existence in a physical form, obviously we do. It is the blessing of it, the gift of it is that they're never limited by time or space anymore. And what we experience in this 3D world as a limited time and space. And so when we think about soul essence, I think it's really important conceptually to have those things in mind, because what's been coming up for me a lot in a variety of ways is this idea that the essence, our soul DNA, can be assigned to other beings at any time. And if you think about this, I guarantee everybody listening has experienced this, whether it's seeing somebody that was like a doppelganger for somebody that you love on the other side, or experiencing it. It could be just a minor, fast interaction with somebody out at a store or passing them on the street, but that immediately gives you like a soul recognition of the person. Or it could be something even bigger. It could be somebody coming in, somebody special coming into your life, and constantly having all these things that tie back to a loved one you have on the other side, or an animal companion that has so much similarity. And as humans, like, we limit it to thinking like so much similarity in characteristics. But if you really think about it, and if you really let your intuition guide you, isn't it actually soul essence? And isn't it actually the essence of their energy? Because we are energy that never dies. And so wasn't part of their energetic blueprint actually assigned to that other being? And so they're taking on the essence of that for your soul's constant involvement with them in this incarnation. And as I'm saying this, I'm just getting so lit up, which is my sign from the other side that I'm actually getting emotional, because I feel like I'm being overtaken by truth of the divine. So I'm going to pause
Let's
there
see.
because I'm getting very
I
emotional.
My heart chakra is like, Literally, I'm getting emotional too. This is Truth Bomb. I feel like you were just channeling all of that information. This last year has been rough for a lot of people in 2025. The year of 2025 was rough for a lot of people because through grief, trauma, hardship, we have to get in touch with our heart chakra, which is our soul essence. If you are not following your intuition, if you are not doing the inner work to understand that we are limitless beings, it's so important to listen to what Lindsay just said and even rewind it a couple times because there are energetic energies around us that come back and remind us and guide us and help us to the next level, to the next phase, to joy, to magic that is here. We are way past staying guided by our bodies and our personalities. I just feel like our logic mind has kept us so small as beings and really tapping into something so much more magical than we could ever be because that's what we're meant to be here. We are all figurines or being guided by a bigger person, God, Christ consciousness, source. And Spirit's really been tapping us to get in tune with our intuition, to get into that deeper inner knowing and trust and be guided by it. And I mean, Lindsay has stories and evidence upon evidence of this truth that she just mic dropped for all of us. But our heart chakras are what leads us in this life. And when we allow our minds to just rest and be the computer and our hearts to be the guide, the neural pathways in our hearts to really feel into what is here for us. And I love that she said energetic DNA because all of our past lives that we have lived, our Akashic records, all of our old wisdom that we carry into this life lives in our heart. It lives in our heart chakra. And the more that we trust it and align with that truth, the bigger our energy gets. So, Lindsay, I think that I mean, I think this is pretty much what you were just stating, but our humans here on Earth, like me in physical form, also is omnipresent. I
Yes.
feel like there's so many different times when people will message me, "Oh my goodness, I just saw your doppelganger," or things like that. But when someone needs your energy at the time that they need it, your soul can be there.
Yes. Yes. As you were talking, I kind of got another download. So we all, whether have grown up and had exposure to traditional religion or just spirituality or both. In my case, it's both. We've all heard and understand the concept of God being omnipresent, but omnibenevolent. So everywhere, all places, all the time. And when you think about oneness, it's we are one with God and it's our returning to the essence of God. So of course, we can be all places at all times as well in our soul essence.
And just listening into this, for you listeners that are listening right now, feel into your body. How is this feeling in your body? Because I literally feel lit up. I'm feeling the oneness flowing through me. Like I'm feeling the tingles in my hands. It's truth, and it's needed to really transition into the year that we're transitioning into. Which is going to be fast movement. It's going to be trusting your own intuition. It's not relying on what you think that you know or what society thinks that they know or what you're being told. It's listening to your body. Is this truth right now? Or is this not truth? It's allowing other people to come into your life and guide you because it could be a loved one on the other side coming in at that time at the store to tell you, hey, life doesn't have to be so serious. Those little messages that come at the perfect time, the angels that are sent here on earth at the perfect time, listen to those people, receive those messages, learn how to receive and listen to your own body to trust if that was a message that you were meant to receive. Because with Lindsay and the way that she's speaking right now on the other end of the computer, I am sitting in my chair right now like, wow, like emotional. My body is like, yes, let's keep going. This is it. This is truth. So I just really invite you to listen and feel into your own body right now as we talk about soul essence and soul DNA and the energetic alignment that it brings.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And my whole body is like lit up with chills and I'm getting so emotional talking about this. Another thing that just came through to me is when you think about this, actually it makes you reframe the whole idea of channeling and divine downloads as well, because we're basically just accessing what our soul's energetic footprint already knows from the other side. Like we are one with the other side. So we're not channeling it from an outside source. We're channeling it from ourselves because it's all oneness with God source energy.
Absolutely. This was a huge download I had the other day. It literally comes through your body, and that's how you get the message because you're opening up your heart to receive it. And that's why presence is so important because to feel into your soul essence, to feel into the energy that you are bringing here, you have to be in the present moment. You have to let go of ego, the fear-based, staying small, and open up to love. The the gift is the present. Like the gift is the present moment. Opening yourself up to abundance, not allowing your mind to keep you small because every single being here can do this and every single being here is meant to do this and have the community to share these downloads with because the more people that we are in connection with, the more the love that is being spread and the more support that they have to keep moving in their own soul essence to raise the frequency of this earth the way that it is meant to be.
Yes, and having these conversations, being in these communities, being around people that are speaking these truths anchors you into that truth more and therefore opens your heart and makes you more of a receptacle to get these types of downloads.
I feel that in this next year, Spirit just kind of showed me this. Downloads are going to be coming in quick, and downloads are like those. Well, for me, I mean, it may be different for other people, but just to kind of emphasize on quote unquote my downloads, it literally kind of stops me in my thought process. My brain goes to a whole different thought pattern, and I'm like there, but it's just like my mind shifts. I get the download and then I come back online. When you get those downloads, write them down, voice memo them. There's something about the energy of belief and making it concrete in physical form that will bring in more and more and more downloads for you to receive.
Yeah, and I would also say about downloads that it comes through with information that you have not quote unquote learned in your physical life here. So, I mean, I've had some pretty strange ones. Like I've gotten downloads and I get them frequently while I'm walking or driving. I'll get downloads, but for me, I've gotten downloads about like somebody's birth sign that I just met or something and I'm like and I start getting downloads about what that means and their personality. And I'm not like, I know astrology, I would say moderately, but like signs that I don't know much about and stuff. And I've gotten information and then I've looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, that's actually right. Like, so
Right.
I know that came from outside of me.
We want to express deep gratitude for everybody who sponsors the podcast. It really, really matters. It allows us to invest our time, effort, and energy in bringing you the most relevant spiritual content. So if you're feeling called, please subscribe, click like, leave a review, or sponsor the podcast. We very, very much appreciate you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Talking about soul essence too, because I think that, they say the highest vibration there is authenticity and getting in tune with your soul essence, inviting in what you enjoy to do, not what your significant other enjoys to do. I mean, having a blend and a balance is important, but ultimately creating those boundaries around the stuff that you don't like to do, like being so real with your own energetic blueprint is so validating in a way that just heightens your frequency and it just makes it more powerful.
I'm going to share a couple examples. So, this has happened a lot in my life, and I just gained actual awareness around everything I just shared. I would say it started, probably within the last few months, but this has happened in my romantic life. I've had experiences with this idea of soul essence and the essence of, you know, of a soul on the other side coming through and a new person in my life here in the physical world. This has happened with my animals, and I've noticed, or I shouldn't say my animals, but the animals in my soul family. Um, I'm noticing this with one of the dogs that is like definitely part of my soul family, my dog Mateo. I have noticed him definitely assigning and he's a senior, but he's doing amazing, so I expect him to be here for a long time. I'll just say that. But I have his son as well, and we have his son, and I've noticed him assigning parts of his soul essence to his son Piero, and like I have felt the shift. And so it's come through for me. I just wanted to give some firm examples so that people can start to conceptualize, because you might notice this going on in your house. You might notice it with your, the animal friends in your life. You might notice it with the human people in your life, but it's like a shift in the energy and even characteristics related to their soul essence.
Lindsay, as you say that story, that literally has been happening in my household right now. Dozer, my daughter's dog, he has been there since day one with her, slept with her every night, just really her solid foundation of just that support and love unconditionally. And he is getting older. And we have a puppy. Well, she's 3 now, Aura. But lately, like the last 6 months since we moved in the house, Dozer has been kind of transitioning Aura to sleeping with Kinsey, and Dozer slept on the floor for a while. And Aura was one that we could never leave out of her cage. She would get into everything, she would destroy everything. And it was almost like he was monitoring her and like staying up to make sure that she wasn't destroying anything. And Mark and I would talk about this all the time. Like, it's so crazy that Aura's shifting so much. Like, Dozer's her instructor and training her how to properly handle Mackenzie for the rest of her childhood. And it makes me emotional, but also at the same time, like, how amazing, how absolutely amazing is that? And the shift has taken place because Aura doesn't need to be in her cage anymore. She still likes to go in there. It's like her little den, but she doesn't need to be in there. And, she has this more mellow side to her, which is totally Dozer. And oh, I love that you just said that because that wasn't clicking for me until you just brought that aha moment in. So I needed that.
Good, good. Well, I would encourage anybody listening to take note of ways that soul essence might be coming up for you in your life. I do think this is going to be a huge breakthrough and a big conversation going forward. I have noticed it coming up more and more in spiritual circles that I am in. And it's other stories that are like validation and further aha moments for me, that everything that I have intuitively been feeling that's been guiding me this direction, that this is anchoring into like total truth that this is the case.
Absolutely. And if people in your circle are changing, let them support them, cheer them on. I feel like so many people are afraid of change, but change is amazing. Like it's something that is meant to happen. We're meant to evolve. So many people are holding on so tightly to their past lives that no longer serve them out of fear or loss of identity. But identity is so constructed. What if you could have all the identities and all the different personalities through your soul essence? What if you can expand yourself and be so creative and be a dancer and try different things that light your soul up? It's never too late to change. Do the things that are calling to your heart. If something fascinates you, try that thing. It might take you a while to get there, but your soul essence is craving the expansion and the creativity that brings. So if someone in your circle is changing, cheer them on, message them, hey, I love the change that is happening in your world right now. Like, your light is on, inspire them to continue down that path, because it is scary to change, but there is so much love and growth that comes from that. So I really just want to emphasize that as well, because in a world where people are afraid of change and what others might think, cheer them on, give them that hope and that faith.
Oh my gosh, I had another huge download as you were saying that. So thank you for saying that. So I just got the download. This is why we had to go through COVID. That because COVID shifted the energy of everybody being one dimensional. You you were no longer your separate work self from your personal self. Everything got blurred together because everybody was seeing everybody's families, chaos, animals barking, whatever, like dogs barking, whatever, all the things going on while people were doing work from home, right? And there became this blurring of lines between the type of person you try to put yourself out to be at work versus at home. And we needed that because we are multidimensional, and we're seeing this more and more. And we've seen a huge shift since COVID that people can be more than one thing. So, you can be an executive at a company and, be a spiritual leader, as well. Like you can, be an author and, you can be a coach. We don't have to be like pigeonhole ourselves into one thing. And I think this goes back to like the expansive energy that you're talking about. It's like we are so multidimensional. Our soul selves sure are, but we can be in this physical incarnation as well. And I think that helps guide us back to our soul self when we stop thinking of ourselves as a singular thing, a singular identity, and expand out and start to think of ourselves more holistically of all the things that we can be.
Absolutely, Lindsay. I think we should leave this episode right there because that was a truth bomb again. Lindsay with all the amazing downloads today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
If you loved today's episode, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. Follow our podcast. We release a new episode each and every week, and join us on Facebook inside the Soul Revival community. Come be a part of the magic. We'll see you there.